Thank you, Chairman McGovern and Ranking Member Cole. Look, the Speaker of the House said the economic crisis is accelerating. Specifically, she said this to pass this mammoth spending bill. That quote's simply not true. The preferred narrative by my Democrat friends is simply not the case in America today. The statistics do not bear it out. The Congressional Budget Office projects the unemployment rate, which currently stands at 6.2%, which, by the way, just as an aside, that's a lower unemployment rate than under President Obama's first 5.5 years in office. That rate will continue to fall this year and reach its pre-pandemic size by 2022. And that's without congressional action. That's without a cent more spent by Congress or additional changes. Additionally, personal income actually increased at the end of last year, and the personal savings rate stands at over 13%, a level not seen in 4 decades. The Bureau of Labor Statistics just updated these statistics this morning. And in their release, they said that the personal savings rate is now at 20.5%, or nearly $4 trillion. That is the highest rate in quite a long time. The savings rate was 13.4% in December. These are significant things. In fact, a 10% increase in personal income is directly related to the economy reopening and to the aid we provided last year in a bipartisan way. So what I think we need is targeted temporary relief directly related to COVID. No one's arguing to do nothing. What we're arguing for is to target that relief, not have a grab bag stimulus like 2009, which my Democrat friends have replaced the term shovel-ready project now with COVID in order to pass a similar big spending bill. But look, the facts don't line up to the Democrats' preferred narrative. To be clear, we know there are Americans that are suffering. For a year, we've been working to reach those in need, and that's who we should be focused on in helping in this bill. Instead, we've used committee time and resources to debate a bill that only dedicates 9% of this $1.9 trillion price tag to actually combating the virus, which we all believe we should do. Americans know this bill, this progressive payoff, can't replace a steady paycheck and a return to in-person schooling. This bill is not going to safely reopen our economy. That's going to be done by the American people and getting shots in the arm. It won't get Americans safely back to work, kids back in the classroom, or vaccines in our communities. Those funds were already put in place last year in a bipartisan way. During our markup in the House Financial Services Committee, Democrats rejected nearly 40 amendments that would have made this bill better and more targeted at providing targeted aid towards communities who work to reopen their schools, getting vaccines out so businesses can reopen, and ensuring this relief is getting out the door now rather than spending a decade of, spending the money out over a decade when it's no longer necessary or appropriate. Members of our committee, our Financial Services Committee, submitted some of those amendments to the Rules Committee for your consideration. Chairman McGovern and Democrat majority and Ranking Member Cole, I believe that if President Biden is serious about working with Republicans, this Rules Committee can remedy the harm that was done in all the other referring committees to this reconciliation bill. We could truly have a bipartisan result if it's the will of the Democrat majority, if it is the will of President Biden, and if they're willing to actually work with us on providing temporary targeted relief to those most in need. So with that, urge the inclusion of our amendments, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank